Playing Central Front Series Volume 1, 5th Corps, the Soviet Breakthrough at Fulda. Okay, 5th Corps exclusive rules for the Rhine-Main raid introductory scenario. Warsaw Pact reinforcements, since no units begin play on the game map. All Warsaw Pact reinforcements may enter the map in any road or autobahn hex on the east edge of the game map and are subject to the restrictions of 12.2, which is... Okay, here's where the rules references aren't gonna line up. So, but make it work. So 5th Corps exclusive rules refers to 12.2, but that's 12.2 in the original rules, because the 2nd edition standard rules that I'm using, that is the updated standard rules. Rule section 12 is attack helicopters, whereas in the original 1st edition 5th Corps rules, rule section 12 is reinforcements. And specifically, what we're referring to here is 12.2 Warsaw Pact March Order. So the Warsaw Pact reinforcements that come on the map here are subject to the restrictions of 12.2, but in the I'll just go in the 2nd edition standard rules. The old rule section 12 is now reinforcements, is now rule section 17 reinforcements, and 17.2 does align with what used to be 12.2. 12.2 is Warsaw Pact March Order, 17.2 is Warsaw Pact March Order. So they are saying that the Warsaw Pact reinforcements are subject to the March Order rule, which is good, and that's what I will go with. And just in general, what that means is when the units of a Warsaw Pact division enter play as reinforcements, they must be brought onto the map in a certain order. So each reinforcement division is divided into 2 columns, and the units of each column are assigned a march order. The column organization of march orders for each type of Warsaw Pact division is shown in the march order diagrams in the exclusive rules. So that tells me that I do need the 5th Corps exclusive rules, because on the back are the Warsaw Pact march order diagrams. Okay. And so we are referring to this one. So on the back of the 5th Corps exclusive rules, there's that Warsaw. I was thinking that would probably be used, because I don't see an updated version of this. So Warsaw Pact march order diagrams, looks like we have one for a motorized rifle division march order and one for a Soviet tank division march order. So for this introductory scenario, actually it's back to the same exclusive rules. We have game turn 1, 17 units, all 8 units of the 20th Guards motorized rifle division, and then all 8 units of the 39th Guards motorized rifle. So 2 motorized rifle divisions, basically. And then the attack helicopter. So 2 motorized rifle divisions. So they will come on using that order. Okay. And then back to the map. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Oh. So the east. Oh, the east is not what I thought it was, so I will orient to the east side of the map, and I think we bring on our first Soviet units. Okay, so I oriented the map with the east side at the base here for the Soviet perspective. So roughly looking west is like that. That's west that way. All right, and I do want to take a quick look before I divide up my 20th Guards and my 39th Guards. Take a quick look at the lay of the land. So for landmarks, this is Fulda right here. This is Fulda. Hohenfeld right there, village. Bad Hersfeld right there. well. So this is Bad Neustadt. So basically that's, yeah, the border towns there. Here's a border. There's a border right here, dotted line, like that. We have coming on the east side, we have one Autobahn right here. Let's see if they're labeled. It's interesting. I don't see them labeled here. Well, one Autobahn, and then we need to look at this. So we have a road here, road entering here. We have a road entering here. This road goes here, but the road net, basically. So let's see how much you can get on the screen here. So there's obviously Fulda and the clear area there, but there's also some clear area up here and an airfield just off the screen there. Okay, so we have a road coming on here, but the road comes here, splits, the road goes here, right? And then it splits Bad Hersfeld into the Autobahn, and this one goes this way, way over here off the map. So basically what I'm saying is there's a bit of a, I have to use the term right, but some slow-going terrain there. So road, split, and then this road just joins the same one. So these roads come together here. All right, then we have two roads entering here. They come together here. Here's a crossroads here. One road here splits, goes here right to the Autobahn. This one goes up here, Hohenfeld. So actually this might be a prime direct route onto Fulda. Then we have this lateral route here. We have this lateral route here, but it stops here and doesn't continue on. Okay. There's nothing coming on the map here. No high-speed avenues of approach here. Next road is over here. And this one here, but these come together immediately. And actually there aren't any more roads off the screen that way. So there are about 5 more hex rows off the screen that way. But these come together. So basically there's one across the border right here. One road crosses the border. So actually, well, I'll finish this. So this goes on to Bad Neustadt. But even at Bad Neustadt, you basically have one route that goes around off the screen there, and one that goes straight here on back to Fulda. And this is another area right here of slower going terrain. So another way to look at it is crossing the border. We have a road here crossing the border, and we have a road crossing here, but those basically come together. So doesn't really matter. Crossing the border, we have a route here and one crossing here, but it immediately I guess you call that intersects with the Autobahn. So that one doesn't mean too much either, but this one does. Crossing the border, we have the Autobahn there. That's a main one. And then and there's one way over in the corner, but the one in the corner kind of meanders back and forth up to just off the screen there, and then you get the Autobahn coming on the screen there. Okay, so I think main routes are the Autobahn and this one right here going straight to, not straight, but as straight as any of the others to Fulda. So these two. And then I would say this is a secondary over here. Okay, anything else about the terrain? Not really. I think we need to get into it. There are no major waterways over here. No major waterways or water obstacles over here. Okay, so I'm going to divide up my divisions and figure out exactly how they have to fulfill this march order rule to get on the map. All right, so here are my two divisions: 20th Guards, 39th Guards, per the diagram there for Soviet Motorized Rifle Division march order. So this is column A of the 39th Guards, column B of the 39th Guards, column A and B of the 20th Guards in the order given. So that's mechanized, arm or tank, mechanized, tank, RAG, Regimental Artillery Group, mechanized, actually, at this, we'll get this, yeah, mechanized, yep. Yeah, mechanized, mechanized tank, RAG, Regimental Artillery Group, oh, okay, so field artillery versus self-propelled artillery, and then the DAG, Division Artillery Group. Okay, and then the same for the other division there. Okay, the Warsaw Pact march order. Each column of a Warsaw Pact division must be assigned to a separate entry hex by the Warsaw Pact player. More than one column may be assigned to the same entry hex in a single game turn. All the units of a column, so all the units of a column, must enter in that column's assigned entry hex. The columns of a single division, so I have the two divisions here, must be assigned entry hex that are within 8 hexes of one another. Count both entry hexes. Okay, so I'll do that first. So let's just, well, I think it's, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that, oh. And I guess I will do these two and these two. So, so I guess I'll move them over in order. This has to be done beforehand anyways. So I'll set them out. So that's the 20th Guards. Here's the 39th Guards. Signed here. And on the Autobahn here. Okay, so it must be assigned at the beginning of the initial player phase. Before moving any of his units, the Warsaw Pact player may note the various entry hexes he has chosen for his column simply by placing the units in the columns just off the playing area, like I did here, adjacent to their entry hex. When the units of a single column are brought into play, they must all be moved along the same route. The Warsaw Pact player may move some units in the column further than others. However, when the movement of all the units in the column is completed for the player phase, the path of hexes moved through by the unit that is furthest away from the entry hex must contain all the other units in the column. Okay. So you have to make a path, a route. The routes traversed by different columns that the Warsaw Pact player brings into play in the same game turn may cross each other. It's like they're going to cross here. Yeah, they're going to cross here, but not here. Units of the same column may complete their movement stacked, but may not be stacked with units of a different column. Okay. So how do we do basic movement then? Okay. Seems like all the road, Autobahn, and even access hex side rules here on first look don't look familiar at all from the later Central Front games I've played, and I've played North German Plain and Donau front. So I guess the first unit of this column here, traveling along the Autobahn, they just pay 1/2 per hex, and that's it. So and all units have 12 operations points per player phase. This is the first player phase. So 1/2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is interesting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they make it to Fulda in the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm really surprised by this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, did I miss something? They make it all the way to Fulda. I'm really surprised by that, but I don't. And then you flip it over to show the accumulation of a friction point. And now for Autobahn, there apparently are no other restrictions that I can see. So the next one comes in behind, expends a friction point. The armor unit comes in behind, and the self-propelled artillery. Now, on the road, it's like the Autobahn, except there's one extra rule that I saw, and that is if you. All right. Despite the wording, I think what they're saying is, okay, this seems odd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's just say I stopped there. Although, frankly, I don't know why they wouldn't go deep into enemy territory. But the only thing that's different on the road versus the Autobahn is that if this unit ended adjacent to a friendly unit on the same road, adjacent, and it's a regimental-sized unit. They're all regimental-sized units. I mean, all of these ones are all the armor and mechanized are regimental-sized. Then they would pay, I think, an extra operations point. So basically, these guys are going to stop. These guys are going to be more dispersed. They'll do exactly the same thing. They're just not going to end adjacent to each other. I wonder if I missed something here.